Good morning, traders and investors. My name is Shen Mwangangi, your best market analyst here at HFM. So let me know where you're tuning in from. We have people all the way from Uganda, from Tanzania, from Kenya, and wherever you are, you can just type it on the chat, and I'll give you a shout out. So to begin today, we have US and EU came to a trade deal yesterday, and this has brought in some major impacts into the market. And before I continue further, I'd like to let you know that this is purely educational advice and not financial advice. Make sure that you do your due diligence when maneuvering the markets. Now, going on to what you have. So, we all understand that Donald Trump is a business person more than a president. And right now, instead of doing businesses with companies, he's doing businesses with countries. And last week we had US and Japan coming into a trade deal where Japan was supposed to uh, cars to the US economy at a 15% tariff input on the Japan side. Right now, we also see the EU and the US have come now to a trade agreement where in the auto tariff side, where if they're going to bring any car to the US, they're going to be charged 15% tariff. This also includes the EU are going to invest over 600 billion to the US economy, and at more than what Japan was investing. Japan was investing 500 billion, and this has caused a major shift in market sentiment and fundamental in terms of fundamental. So we have, according to the impacts of this deal, the US, of course, it's it's on a winning side because they're going to be for every car that is they're going to be for every car that is going to be brought into the US, they're going to be charged 15%. This is like tax. So when they're going to bring a Volkswagen car to the US economy, to the US, they're going to be charged 15% for bringing that car, and therefore it's good for the US, but long term, the consumers are the ones who are losing. Why? Because if I'm the one selling you that now Volkswagen that has been brought into the US, I will not want to be the one paying that 15% upwards in price. I will want now to take that price upwards so that the consumers, the one who is buying the car, will have now to face the effects of the tariff. They're the ones who are going to pay for these tariffs. So manufacturers are going to push this this price to the retailers. Retailers now are going to push this price to the consumers, and the consumers will be the one having to pay for this. But at the moment, this has brought in some positive impact in the US economy and a decline impact in the euro dollar. Moving on now to our charts. As I can see, beginning with euro USD, we have that sharp decline, and we were able to close yesterday at the 1.15880. And just when we had that London opening today at around 9 a.m., we have that sharp move downwards. If I go all the way to my lower time frame, I can see that sharp move downwards, testing that support zone turn resistance, which we had mentioned yesterday. And I can see we came down, then tested that support, never changed anything. So if you always do join our daily morning market calls, I know you are on edge and you're getting these good trades that we are always discussing. So we are below the 1.15880. We touched it, and then we have that sharp move to the downside. Coming on to the dollar, we're expecting the dollar to be strong, and that's it what we're getting right now. And again, understand this is because of the trade deal that happened yesterday, and it's going to bring a long-term effect in both the euro side and in the dollar side. So anything that has a dollar-based currency, you're going to expect upwards momentum. But remember, we also have volatile news like the ADP report coming out, which may shift our sentiment, and also we have the NFP coming out this Friday, which may also shift our sentiment. So remember, NFP tends to somehow of a sort, tend to measure in indirectly inflation, not directly but indirectly to measure inflation. So we have NFP coming out and the ADP report coming out. So be careful when maneuvering the markets. This may change our sentiment, but if our sentiment aligns with what we have today and yesterday, we might continue to have that bullish momentum. And if we manage to continue that bullish momentum all the way to the all-time highs, we'll have a narrative shift from where people were calling Donald Trump, Donald Trump, quote unquote, he doesn't know what he's doing, to now being a genius. So moving on to other pairs like the dollar, the gold dollar. At the moment, gold is facing some form of support at the 33.10.08018. Remember, gold moves inversely to what the dollar is doing. So if you have the dollar going up, we might expect gold to go down. So I'll be looking at this level at the 33.10.08. If we manage to break in the lower time frame, at the 15 minutes time frame, if we manage to break this level with a momentum candle. Remember, a momentum candle also has to be confirmed with volume. If we manage to break that level with that momentum candle, I'll be looking for sales also in the gold. Moving on to USD again, this is a base currency where we have US as the first one. As long as the US is going to move up, and you're just from breaking the previous day support zone at 148.353, and we are from testing this today. I can see we just touched that support zone, and we might have that move upwards from that zone. I can see we are from breaking that support zone at the London Open at the 148.353. Moving on to one more. Okay, two more. This is the US stocks. So today we have a news that is going to affect the US stocks, and this is gold trade balance. It's a high impact news. So we will be keenly looking at that news to see if you're going to get a positive news or a negative news. If you get better than expected report, you're going to be bullish on the US 500 and the US 100. Why is this so? On the US 500, these are stocks, and good trade balance tend to see if you're getting more exports than imports. That's the role of any economy, to export more than to import more. So if we get a higher than expected news on the good trade balance, we might have that continued momentum on the US 500 to the upside, and also on the US 500 moving on to a daily chart, we might have that continued momentum on the upside. So be keen to look at today's news. That's the good trade balance, and also the JOLTS job opening, which also may affect the dollar pairs. So with that said, we have looked at the dollar, we have looked at gold, we have looked at USD and a few of our stocks. That's the US 500 and the US 100. And there's one which I wanted to look at, which is the UK 100. Nice. So remember, the UK 100 is part of the 100 companies in the UK. And right now we have a trade deal that happened that has a negative impact on the side of the UK. So, and that's why you had that sharp decline yesterday. And we might expect that continued momentum to the downside in the UK 100, otherwise known as the FTSE 100. So with that said, I'd like to give a shout out to Olidado from Rwanda. Thank you for joining us, Olidado. We have also Conscious J from Tanzania. Thank you for joining us, Conscious J. Let us know what's your thoughts on the let us know which asset are you looking at, and what's your thought on the assets that we have looked at. What's your thought on the trade tariffs that is happening between Euro and US? I'd like to hear your view on that. Also, if you have any questions, kindly drop them on the chat. I'll be willing to answer them. As you type in on the chat, also, I'd like to let everyone know we have our physical classes. Still today, we're doing the players in the platform, being on a Tuesday. Our classes will be and still is at the Oval, Westlands, 5th floor, from 11 a.m. all the way to 12:30. That's for our physical class. And for our online class, that's from 3 p.m. all the way to 4 p.m. And let me show you briefly how to register for our online classes. So if you're going to go for our online classes, come to hfm.com. click the link. Then you'll come to tools and education, come to trading classes. Of course, you're going to see me here and the other market analyst known as Samson Mzera. Then you're going to choose a seminar language, pick English. Next. Then you either pick if you're coming for our physical class, make sure that you're going to pick the offline seminar class. If you're going to join our online class, pick the online seminar webinar. Then you'll continue filling in until the last point. Yes, it's that simple. All right. Do you have any questions? Yes, and also for those who are in East Africa, the process is still the same. Yeah, the process to register for the online class and the physical class is still the same. All right, I see we have a question on Twitter in regards to the oil market. Let me move to the oil market. All right. So I see someone is asking about our analysis on the oil market. Let me do the brief analysis. So let me touch our previous support zones. You have that one, that level. You have that level. Remember support zone as zones. You have that level. All right. Then lastly, you have. Okay. Let me see previous one. All right. So just a brief thing about oil. Oil tends to move in at the moment we do not have any form of OPEC plus news which is going to show us the demand and surplus of oil. Right now oil will be moving based on how the US economy is moving. So if we have an upward move in the dollar, this will also have an upward impact on oil. And at the moment, I see this is UK oil. I wanted to look at US oil, but they still move the same way. So at the moment, at oil, we are above our 65.22 level. As long as you're getting that upward shift in the dollar, oil will also move upwards. Unless, also remember, oil tends to move based on geopolitical tensions. At the moment, we are free from any form of geopolitical tension. We are free from any form of OPEC plus decisions, which happened last week. At the moment, the only form of movement that you have on oil is based on if the US economy is moving up or down. And at the moment, we have that upward shift in the US economy, and therefore we're going to have that slight upward move in oil. Yes, I can see how we had that upward momentum yesterday above our 65.22 level. This, as you can see, we had that shift upwards, and also on the dollar, we had that move upwards yesterday. Oil has been in an upward move of late. I think last week on Thursday, we managed to catch some buys some buys on oil from this level all the way to the top of this level. Retesting this zone was also a good clear take at the buys all the way to this level. Also, we tested again, went up. We're still on top of that level at the moment, showing that bullish momentum because of the upward shift in momentum in the US economy. Yes, I bet that's it for oil. All right. Any questions? Not to forget, All right. Also, for those who are in Meru, for our people in Meru, uh, we have we've been having 3 days, a 3-day event in Meru, and tomorrow is the last day. The session is still ongoing today. Make sure that you, even if you are in Meru, make sure that you join that session. Sorry, it's a 5-day event, and it's a 5-day event today and tomorrow. We still have 2 days to go. The venue is at Meru Slopes Hotel. Again, the venue is at Meru Slopes Hotel. Make sure that you are there if you're in Meru. We also have good giveaways ongoing there. Make sure that you also participate in what's going on there so that you can get the giveaways that is happening there. Again, we have also a few days to the Trade Gold Drive Bold to end. Make sure that you're also participating in the Trade Gold Drive Bold event. And lastly, NFP, the most anticipated event for our people in Nairobi. So, NFP will be happening this Friday. Location, HFM Oval Offices. We have some good insights to give you on what is going to happen in NFP. We also might trade live, and also we will have some few giveaways if our people decide to be generous. But of course, yeah, we're going to have some few giveaways, and we will have some good time, of course. And as you always do, we'll have some good time, and you're free to join us. It's completely free. You don't have anything. The only thing that you require is have an account with us at HFM, and again, join us, and we'll analyze the session together. I think with that said, I'm done for today. My name is Shane Mwangangi, your best market analyst here at HFM. See, for those joining us for our online classes, see you then. Goodbye.
This is your moment. Win a 2025 Mercedes C-Class. Explore the markets with a top-tier trading setup. 10 chances to grab the latest iPhone. Trade and earn points for the lucky draws. This is Africa's time to shine. Join the action now and trade your way to glory.